Jason, Reverend Jason in Ghana, and may God be with you. I'm just making a video. It's a crisis appeal concerning our mission and work that we're trying to do in Ghana. I want to continue to tell you the needs and the challenges that we face, and I would ask that you would put it on your prayers to support the work. Um, I'm gonna change the name of my YouTube channel, Jason Burns, to Africa Without Borders in a couple of days, and also my Patreon. I'm going to change from Grace of God Bible College Theological Seminary to Africa Without Borders and work towards starting and forming a charity called Africa Without Borders. But I just want to let you know what's happening in Ghana. Um, the crisis is that we're struggling. Me and my wife Dorcas were struggling uh, financially in Ghana to do the mission work, and I want to tell you the challenges that we face, and that you would put it on your heart. And if you want to support the work that we're doing, don't give to PayPal. There's PayPal at the top of my YouTube channel. I can't get into that. I can't get into that. Uh, because Google knows I'm in Ghana. But if you donate to my Patreon after you've heard what I've told you, if you go to my Patreon at the top of the YouTube channel and give there on a regular basis, even if it's only £1, it would be a help. But I will receive it from Patreon. It does come once a month, and there are two people that do donate there. So appreciate their kindness and their support and their help. So if you want to give to Patreon. Go to the Patreon and give there, not to PayPal at the moment because I can't enter PayPal unless I'm in the UK on my computer in the UK. I could enter it. So Patreon, please give to Patreon if you're giving. So what are the challenges? Well, the challenges are number one, my wife is quite severely sick at the moment. She's got kidney problems, and we have to take her to the hospital next week. Um, my father-in-law has helped pay some of the bills that we've had to recently get tablets and things like that. I don't know, we don't know how serious this is going to be, but we need help there. We need support. I've got no medical insurance. I can't afford medical insurance. And they say you can get free medical in Ghana if you're a Ghanaian, but the reality is the system's corrupt and they charge money. So I have to, I need help to look after my wife financially if she has to go to hospital, if she needs any treatment, and to get her the best treatment because uh, the health service here is not the best. So I need to make sure that she gets the best treatment. I can't afford even to get her in a taxi to the hospital, let alone pay for any bills. It's my father-in-law that helps. So that's a situation where we need support. I've not eaten properly for the last 5 days, and that's because I got food poisoning about 5 days ago, and the local food here I can't eat. Um, there are flies all over the place, dogs peeing at the where you buy things. So to get a proper meal, I need to go to the supermarket and buy things there. Now that's more expensive and it takes travel. So I've not eaten. I had today for my meal a packet of, 2 packets of nuts and a packet of biscuits. That's what I've had today, and two plastic bottles of malt. So that's all I've had today. Yesterday I had 2 small bottles of malt. The day before that, 2 bottles of Coke. So I haven't eaten properly for the last 5 days. So I need financial help to be able to go and buy a proper buying in. My wife can eat local food, so she can eat the rice and the things that they get here, but I can't eat it. So I'm not eating properly. I need support so I can go and do a buying in at the local supermarket. Now the supermarket's quite a long way, the shopping mall, so it costs about I think about £10 to get there and back, and then to do the shopping. So I'm not eating properly because of lack of funds. Um, on top of that, we do evangelism on the streets, and we're not able to give any tracts, so we don't have any money to buy tracts. But most importantly, we've had children come in and we've been evangelizing the children. We had about 50 children the other day. Those children were often feeding them, uh, giving them any money that we have to help them. Some of them are going hungry. And we have now about 50. We have about 20 little toddlers. We have about 14, 13-year-old girls, about 5 or 6 13-year-old boys, and then up to 20 or more older teenager boys. But many of these teenage girls, younger ones, we have tried to help. My wife took them a few weeks ago. Now it sounds expensive, but she just took them to Kentucky, which is quite a distance away, and just bought a little bit of chicken for about 5 of the girls, and they just had a bit of chicken. It was just one box with a bit of chicken, and shared it with them. And incidentally, that is the main food. If I do get to eat myself, is Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that's once every month or something like that I get to eat. But what I'm saying is, we've been helping all these children, and they take our resources that we do have, and we'd like to do more for them. We'd like to take them out. We'd like to um, them food more, give them more money to help them with whatever they need. Clothes, shoes. Some of them don't have shoes, and the little toddlers are quite impoverished. So that takes a lot of resource, because we're like a father and a mother to them, giving them support all the time. So often we're giving them some of our. The church does support us a little bit, but they're very poor. It's a poor church. The pastors are not getting paid. They don't have any money. Some of these churches don't have roofs. Some of these churches don't have toilets, and we can't help them. I'd like to help them. I'd like to give money to some of these churches that don't have a roof. Help them. Say, here's a bit of money. Go and put a roof on. When I have had a bit of money, I've found out that a pastor's hungry and his family's hungry, and I've sent some of my money on to the pastor. But I've got no money, but I'm sending the money that I don't really have to help other pastors that are really, really starving and hungry. So we've helped pastors, we've given money to pastors, and there's so many pastors that need help. There's a lot of pastors in this. And when I mean help, they don't have a toilet, they don't have a roof. Some of their houses get flooded in the rain, and I can't help them because there's nobody helping me. There's nobody in the UK or anywhere regularly helping us. And we need that help, we need that support. And then security is a concern, because um, as a white man in Africa, wherever you are, but in Ghana, it's not safe. It's not safe for me. I'm living in a flat above a church, but it's a shanty town all around here. Look, if I show you, look, it's shanty town. Some of these rough guys, rough rough guys, you know. So my life is in danger all the time, and when I go out, I can't go out without security. I can't go far without security. So I really need a bit of money to say to someone, look, be a night watchman for the church, and when I go out, here's some money. And sometimes I have to pay the taxi driver to come out with me, to stay with me. Um, in terms of travel, I have to pay the taxi driver often a lot more um, for the security protection. So, and then you might say, well, why don't I get a job? I can't get a job because you're not allowed to work. Um, you're not allowed to work in Ghana unless you have permanently staying here, and or you've got some kind of special visa for that. And that's the other thing. My visa was coming up recently. I had to go and get it sorted out. It's a 1 year permanent stay, but that's cost money that I couldn't afford. So I've had to overdraw, and I can't pay my overdraft for that. But I've had to pay the Ghanaian immigration to get my visa, and I'm waiting for it to stay for a year. So that's a worry, a financial worry that I have this debt that I can't pay. It was £70, but I don't have any money to pay it. Um, I've just had to overdraw to pay the immigration to get my visa. I'm waiting in the next week to get that. Um, there are multiple challenges going out street preaching. I don't have a microphone where I can preach from. I have to use one of them battery ones. It's not ideal. That's not helpful. I help. I have students that come to the college and they can't afford to come. They can't afford to travel. They can't afford the student fees, and I've got no money to help them. I've got no money to help them with their traveling fees. I've got no money to help them when they're in the crisis. I've got one student that is has serious health problems that needs help. I have other students that can't travel financially. I have lecturers that don't get paid. They don't get paid and they travel huge distances to come and lecture. I don't have any money to pay them. And people in the UK and America and Holland and anybody else, I don't know what you're thinking, but and many of you pastors I see on Facebook, you bought like a set of Thomas Manton, and or you're going on holiday to such a place and you're going on holiday to such a place. But while you're doing that, I'm on nuts. I'm on nuts. I'm just eating nuts. There are students that can't pay to travel to college. There are churches that don't have a toilet. There are churches that don't have a roof. These are your people. These are God's people. There's a missionary wife who's sick with kidney issues and we don't have any money to look after her. My own wife. While you're going on your holidays and you're eating your steaks and your food, I'm on nuts. I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is I can't do this on my own. If the Muslims do a crisis appeal for Yemen or whatever, they get all the money they need. The atheists do a crisis appeal for Doctors Without Borders, they get all the money they need. But a true missionary of God, a true servant of God, is doing a work in this country and Africa, trying to get people into the Word of God, helping lots of people. Do you know what my wife did about 4 weeks ago? We had a bit of money, and there was a lady here. She was only a young woman. She was only about 20, 21. She's pregnant, and her boyfriend beat her up in one of the shacks here. And the police came. They got rid of him, and she was crying. And they live in a shack. And my wife went to visit her. The woman had nothing in the shack. All she had was a rug. She had no cups, no saucers, nothing. Not even a knife and fork. And my wife, we only had 100 CDs in our own pocket, in our own money, which is like £10. And my wife said, I'm going to go and give her 50 CDs. And she went and gave her half the money that all we had for that week was £10 to survive. And she cut it in half and she went and gave it to the woman who'd been beaten up and who was pregnant. And you are going on holiday in UK and Australia America as a Christian, you're going on holiday in America, you're going on holiday in Britain or Holland, and you're eating steaks, and you have nice cars and nice homes. And this is a true cause. The nationalists, Tommy Robinson, the group, I'm going to make a video about him in a minute. But Tommy Robinson and the nationalists, if he makes an appeal, they'll get the money they need. Now, I'm not complaining, but what I'm saying is, those churches that said they'd support me, those individuals that said they support me, you ain't supporting me. And I'm here battling with my wife. We're trying to help the poor. We're trying to help people as best we can. And we're coughing blood, literally. I've had nothing proper to eat for nearly 5 days. 5 days. My wife's lying in bed, sick, while you are enjoying yourself. Some of you are enjoying yourself as Christians, going on holidays, big holidays and all the rest of it. Say, you Reformed pastors out there saying, oh, look at this, my wife has blessed me and bought me this Reformed book, which is about £50 or $100 or something. Where's your priorities? Where's your concerns? Where's your child? Where's your heart? So if you really love Jesus, if you really love the gospel, if you're really out for Jesus, then I want to tell you something. I'm an evangelical, born-again, conservative evangelical preacher of the gospel. I have come here for one reason and one reason only, to teach the African people here in Ghana and throughout the whole Africa. I'm here to train pastors to preach the word of God, because on TV in Ghana and around Africa, it's all money, money. All these pastors, a lot of them, not all of them, they're all traveling, they're all trying to earn money, they're all trying to rip people off. And I'm trying to help people, help the ordinary African people, to give them pastors and leaders that will not rip them off, but will be kind and caring and preach the true gospel to them. That's what I'm here to do. And while we're doing that, we're helping children, we're helping ladies that are pregnant, we're helping pastors that are poor and are struggling. We're doing our best, and we're doing it with nothing. We've had people help us through the COVID-19. I had 3 or 4 of my own friends who really helped us when the COVID-19 first broke out. But that's not enough. It needs people to be regularly supporting, helping, encouraging, praying, and getting behind us. So I'm asking you, not for me, but I'm asking you to go to God and say, Lord, do you want me to get behind Jason and his wife? Go on Facebook and you can see the videos and things that we do. And get behind Jason. And not just for a week or a month or a year, but till we do this, till this job is done, however long it takes. And stick with us. Even if you just give 50p a month, at least you care, at least you're there with us. At least you're there. So I'm not even asking you to give £10, £20. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying there's my PayPal. Not my PayPal, sorry. Don't give to PayPal because I can't access it. But my Patreon is at the top. Prove to the Muslims that you care about your missionaries. Prove to the atheists that you care about your missionaries. Because we're your missionaries. Me and my wife are your missionaries. And it doesn't look good to the Muslim world and to the atheist world that here's Jason doing mission work and he's starving, he's eating nuts for his dinner and drinking malt. And he can't even afford to take his wife to hospital. It's his father-in-law that's helping him. And they have all these needs for these kids and pastors and churches with no toilets and no roof, and we're not helping him. It's not going to look good to the Muslims. It's not going to look good to the world out there. Because you know what? I'm going to continue whether I only eat nuts or not. I'm just going to keep going as best I can. I ain't going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to preach the gospel. I'm going to continue to teach, even if nobody's going to support me, even if nobody's going to help me. I'm going to continue to do it because that's what God has given me to do. But what's your role? Is your role just say, oh, Jason's gone now, he's left Manchester? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm in the battle. I'm in the trenches here. There's Muslims all around. If I start going preaching outside of this area, there are Muslims, and these Muslims, they're not far away. We're not far from Togo and other areas where there are these Muslim extremists that can just capture me and kill me and kidnap me. So I need security. I need to be able to pay someone to come with me or people to come with me sometimes. I'm in the trenches here. It's not a game. It's not playing game and in reality TV. This is reality. I'm in Africa in the middle of the battle, and you lot don't care. And you need to care. You need to care about God's work. You need to care about the people of God that they're doing a work. When you go to Costa Coffee and you get a coffee and a bacon sandwich, you go into Costa Coffee and see people like this, you know, you want to just shut up. You're saying silly things, bro. Just go away and stop saying silly things. There's some guy making a silly comment there. You go to Costa Coffee and you buy a sandwich and a Costa Coffee, that's going to cost you £5, £8, whatever. Just think about what that could do just for the children here, or for a church to give a little bit to the church, what a church to help with building a toilet or a roof. And then there's a young guy that I've like adopted. He's about 17. He goes to college. Wouldn't it be nice if we could sponsor him to go to university? Wouldn't it be nice if we could send him to university? His mum's died. He's looked after by his father. His father's not helping him, but he goes to college. He's a bright young man. I study with him once a week. He's 17 years of age. He'd like to go to university, but he can't afford to go to university. Wouldn't it be nice if I could say, you know, people in UK or America or Holland or wherever, I've got some money here. Here's some money to help you to go to university. Would it be nice if we could do that? Would it be nice if I could send some money to a church, to a pastor whose roof is leaking and his church has got no roof and he's got no toilet? And I say, here's a bit of money. Go and get your roof sorted and your toilet sorted. Oh, and by the way, here's a little bit of money for your family to help with whatever bills, your medical bills, your financial bills. And I've not even mentioned the need to travel, the need to have transport. These roads, it's like hillbilly land. We need proper transport. Taxis is no use. We need a car, we need a van, we need a jeep or something to do some traveling and travel around Ghana to get the gospel and message and preach and share lectures and things like that. So that's another area we haven't even mentioned. So I'm just putting it out there, you know. I'm just putting it out there. So it's up to you guys. My Patreon's up there. Just pray about it and ask the Lord, do you want me to get behind Jason and his wife Dorcas and this new charity? We're going to start a new charity. It's going to be called Africa Without Borders. I want to get involved in it. I want to support it, and I want this charity to move forward and be a blessing to Africa. And any money you send, I'll use a little bit to help me and my wife just to get by in food and medical and any practical issues that we need. But we'll use the rest to help other people. We'll use it to help the children and all the needs around us that we see. And boy, there's a lot of needs around here. There's a lot of needs. There's a huge amount of need. I'd love to print literature. I'd love to go on TV. Now, you might say, well, that seems a bit luxurious, Jay. No, because on Ghana TV, It's £200 a month to go on Ghana TV for 4 weeks. And on Ghana TV, it's these health and wealth gospels preaching. It's the health and wealth. Michael, it's at the top. It's at the top. It should be at the top of the YouTube channel. You should be able to find it. Just go through the different ones, press on the different things, and you'll be able to find the Patreon. One of them is the Patreon, but not the PayPal, but you'll be able to find one. And it's Grace of God Bible College and Theological Seminary, but next week or this week, I'm going to change it to Africa Without Borders. Okay, so I will be changing it to Africa Without Borders, and I'll be setting up a charity called Africa Without Borders. Okay, so thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm now going to make a video about Tommy Robinson, so come on this next link. And thank you so much for listening. There's been about 5 of you come to listen. I appreciate it. This is not a begging video. I'm not begging. I don't believe in begging. I'm just telling you that we have a crisis. We have huge needs here, and I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying please give £5, £10, whatever. I'm just saying, I'm just challenging you to think about the reality of missionary work, the challenges that we face, and even if you just donate $5 a month or whatever, or at 50p, it doesn't matter. At least you're supporting us and you're getting behind us. And there'll be regular reports on YouTube and on Facebook about the work that we're doing. And if you want to see regular reports especially, go on Facebook. You'll see videos every week going up of the things that we're doing. You know, my wife, we have, in the kitty at the moment, we have, all we have for this week is 100 CDs now. She's just bought a bit of, and she'll be having it, not me. She's bought some Miller, which is like cocoa. She's bought, I think, a few noodles, which she'll be having. I won't be having the local things. I'm not eating local stuff. I had food poisoning. So she bought a few things. So we got about 100 CDs, which is £10. Now, she's doing an event on Friday with 14 teenage girls where they're going to be making some drinks and giving it to the community. These kids are off the estate. They live in shacks. Let me show you. This is where they live. Look, this is where they live. Yeah, that's where they live. These kids live in these shacks. And these kids, more Christian background, want to minister. This is kids, 14 girls, 12 to 13-year-old age. They want to make some drinks, like smoothies, like a bit of banana and, milk and ice cream and things. They want to make these things and they want to give it to the community. We have 100 CDs, which is like £10 in UK. My wife is going to be using that money, so we'll be doing without, so that the kids can make smoothies and drinks for the community. Yeah, that's where it's at. Yeah, they're from those shacks. They're from really poverty-stricken community where they don't have the opportunities that we have had in the UK and America and Holland. And my wife has ministered to these kids, and they are changing. They are becoming different kids. They're becoming people with hope. She's taken them, about 4 weeks ago, she took them to the mall. Like I said, she took them to Kentucky Fried Chicken. She took 5 or 6 of them to there. And they've changed. They've become new kids. They've got hope. They feel alive. They feel cared for. But how much more could be done for them and how much more could we do? and how much healthier I would be and my wife would be if you supported us and helped us and got behind us. So God bless you. Thank you for listening. And so if you want to get involved and help us to really do good things in Africa, do good projects, and I promise you, every penny that you donate, I promise that when we start the charity, it will be accountable. There will be accounts and things like that, and you'll know everything finance, and I'll publish it once every quarter or whatever when we start the charity. Okay. So, but it'll be called Africa Without Borders, and this title of this video is the start of Africa Without Borders. So if you want to get involved with Africa Without Borders, then please come along the journey and help us. God bless you, and love to you and your families, and thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing what we have to say. I have to say, but you would help us so much if you got behind us, and wouldn't it be nice to show the Muslims that, hey, you think you can do stuff, look at what we can do. You know, we care about our missionaries, we care about the African people. Wouldn't it be good if we could do that? Wouldn't it be good? And that's another thing I'd like to do, but I don't have the resources. I'd like to go to Togo and other nations like Nigeria and do camps, teaching camps there, and buy land and open schools and things like that. But I just don't have the resources. We had 50 kids the other day. We could open a school, a college for local kids. We could open a school, no problem. But we don't have the resources. So if you could think about these things, spread the word, value your encouragement and your support, guys and girls, yeah? And you know, the church is not there. The churches in UK, the churches are not getting behind us. And so it's up to you guys and girls to stand in the gap, because the churches, the pastors, the leaders in America, in UK, are not being. I know we're all finding it hard. I know you're finding it hard with COVID-19. I know it's a stress for your church, and when you're eating nuts because you can't afford food, when you are giving the little bit that you have to broken wives that have been beat up, when you are, your wife is sick with serious medical issues and you can't afford just the basic thing, tablets she's got to take. It was my father-in-law, anything. The church is very, very poor. Yet out of his poor salary, he doesn't have money. He bought my wife's tablets, but I couldn't even afford. So God bless you. I'm going to make a video now on Tommy Robinson now. So God bless you, and love to everybody out there. Love you all, and I'll be praying for you all with this COVID-19. I know it's hard for you all. I know it's not easy for you all. Many of you are struggling. So God bless you. Love you all, and keep strong. Keep going in the Lord. The Lord is with you all. Yeah. So keep encouraged. Keep strong. Keep encouraging each other, and don't forget, if you do want to support us, don't give to PayPal at the moment. Unless I'm in UK, I can't get the money. You put it in Patreon, it'll go through once a month into my bank account. All right, and I'll be able to access that. So God bless you. Love to everybody out there, and may God be with you. And take care now. Thank you. I'm going to make a video on Tommy Robinson now. God bless you. Take care.